Hey everybody, Duality here with another 2v2 analysis. This will be the other 2v2 analysis with Neurotic Rant or Cookie Monster in this instance. And we're going to go over a lot of things and breaking down certain plays in particular like this. So his teammate's not going for it. I'm not sure where his third is, but he needs to kind of make sure he's back in net as much as possible to be able to pop out and hit anything that comes in. And here he's just up too far, you see, and he can't get the horizontal momentum that he needs to get to where the ball is. So he's thinking too much of where the ball is at and not where it's going and how to be in the best spot there. This is just a mishap on the dodge. He should be cycling back here. Banana should be going up for this, and then he wants to pop it out. And there he just does a little bit too much of a side dodge instead of diagonal, and kind of misses it up there. Here he's a little too far forward. Luckily he cycles back, but that's another one of those dead zones where there isn't too much he can do. And you see him kind of panicking a couple times there where he's just completely out of the play and there's nothing he can do, but he still wants to do something. So it ends up creating some sort of poor hit or challenge. So here he should be going up. His teammates there, they kind of go up at the same time though, so that's a problem. His other teammate was smart to clear that out in that instance, so he just kind of wants to pop this past and then jump up for a challenge, but he's a little bit too late for that, and it kind of just taps it the other way. So now he should be going back to net, and this is something to look at. So there's two opponents on the ball there. They kind of mess up. Go back a little bit. So we see them going back, and his third, the guy basically guarding the net right now is starting to come up, and Banana's fully upfield. So as part of the rotation, his job is to just cycle straight back to net and give his third confidence to start pushing up on the play and create a challenge, and then he's able to save any shot that would come in. And he sees that. There's a good bit of time here where he sees going for this, and kind of like looks left, he's still there, and is still just making a line drive for the ball. And there's so many instances here, as you can see, where it's very obvious that this is not going to go in a place that's good for the team. He kind of pops it up, but his teammate, as I said, kind of just threw himself out of the play, and he jumps up and kind of loses it. And there again, it's just another instance of focusing too much on trying to hit the ball and not being part of a team that's creating plays. So there he's right to challenge, as his teammate should be rotating back, and he wants to go on this to do something before rotating back, but he sees he can't. And here again, he's going for the ball a little bit too haphazardly. His third back should have went for that while he cycled around, but luckily they'll keep it going. So this kind of goes the other way, and both his his one teammate was out of it. And this is another instance where his teammate was called off, so he's sort of right to go up there, but more of a teammate's mishap. They're just cycling too far back as he goes up, so the play just keeps dying out over and over again. And this is another time where you see he chooses to just make a beeline for the ball as opposed to consciously going back to net and letting his teammate make a play. And you'll see this happen multiple times and the effects of it. There, he doesn't get a power shot, so it kind of just falls down. There's not much he can do. And the teammate is in no spot to save that, and they just give too much time and space to the opposing team there to knock one in. So here he needs to create some pressure on the ball, forgets to do his double jump or power in, so he kind of just loses it. And here he just wants to pop it off backboard, so it's not too bad there. And he just wants to cycle back around kind of wide. But as you can see there, as I said, he wants to cycle back wide. So that way his third GOA there can turn around and go whenever is necessary. But both of his other teammates are very close to the ball, so any opposing player that gets on the other side and clears it over, there's no one there to stop it now. So he needs to be going way farther to the right and cutting around. That way it's about making sure that you're making a smart push on the ball to push it out instead of kind of bumping it around in this corner. So he makes a beeline here, and his teammate pops it away, and they're kind of just bumping each other around because they're just not giving each other enough space. And lucky bounce goal happens, but so, I mean, that's Rocket League, so. His banana told him to go ahead and go for it, so. And again, he's making too straight of a line towards the corner there. Any bad corner hit or opportunity will be punished severely by any team that knows what they're doing. And again, it's a pretty awkward, sort of lucky goal there to push it in, but they're not getting challenged or punished as much as they should on a lot of these things. The opposing player should have shot that away. He sort of read the challenge in the first place, so that is smart. But realistically, probably should have played that a little bit quicker and cycled around. So here he's smart to make sure he's staying on that instead of the boost. His teammate takes it up, and then he wants to cycle back. And here he's just going up for it when there's basically no reason. That's, again, where he's thinking about hitting the ball and not him as part of the team. His other player back would have had a better shot on that, and the quicker he got back, the quicker his teammate would have been able to take a push on that, and because of that, they aren't able to do much. And again, they kind of fumble a little bit around in front of net. So this is a good push. He's, yeah, it's just as I suspected, driving too far up, and he's not able to do much. So that's an instance where it's just good to, make sure that you're just not driving around haphazardly and working off the prediction of the ball instead of where the ball is at right now. Just like with teammates, you want to think, where's your teammate going to be? That's where I want to hit this ball, not where my teammates are right now, or something I can do right now, but what's going to be the best for how fast my teammates are going, how fast my opponents are going, and all of their respective positioning. So here he just needs to get up as quick as possible to create a challenge on that. Just a little bit too far down there before his dodge, so he's too low to push it out. His teammate gives a little bit too much space. Luckily, they don't get punished off that. And here he kind of just wants to wait for the pass, but he's too far up, but his teammate kind of just calls him on that, which is smart. So here you see him kind of just follow that ball a little bit too much. He should have already been going back, but again, they just weren't punished enough, so it might not seem like that big of a deal. So again, his teammate just makes a weak attempt at a save, and he's too far out of the play to do anything about that. So he should be letting his teammate get that, which is smart, and just going back, letting them take it up, and luckily they get a shot in. So he was back, so his teammate was able to have that confidence to make an aggressive push on it. And here he's smart to go for it, and he's going a little bit too far up. And we can kind of watch this a little bit slower. So the idea is again with prediction, and knowing the corners is very important. And just because it's a little bit weirder map like this, doesn't mean it's going to act too much different. The basic idea is that it's going to bounce out at an angle and probably upward and out to some degree. In this case, down because it was coming up higher. But it's still going to be going out fast, and you need to predict where it's going to be. Well, with regards to where your car is at, where you're going to hit it. And it's too common, as you'll see, we kind of just let this go really slow, for him to just push up too far. And I think he kind of just goes to jump but doesn't, or yeah, kind of dodges there. And he's just too far up, so it throws his car out of the play and doesn't get a good enough pass for his teammates. So it's good to practice, reading that corner and just trying to focus on staying out a little bit. Give yourself some space to predict where the ball is going to go. Make sure you're, really aware of where it's going to go, and then just jumping up quicker than the enemies, and just getting to it before them, but not just pushing it away because you're too close. So that's the end of that. Team awareness is an issue here. Tends to make too quick of a beeline for the ball as opposed to back. And whether or not it's with people in solo standard or with people that you're very familiar with, if anyone sees you driving back to net, then they should know that they have the go-ahead to go up. And if they see you driving back and they start to go up, and then you cut towards the ball, that'll throw both of you off. You're just not in sync at that time, and the opponent will always be able to get a better play on it. So, even if you tend to have a bunch of teammates that stay in net too much, if you kind of let them know that you're going back to net and defending, and just give them a little push of confidence, as in, let them know, hey, I'm going back, go ahead and push. As soon as you're going back, let them know. The earlier that they're pushing on it, the better chance they have of creating a good challenge opportunity or a pass off backboard, something like that. But if you're staying around midfield, it's just too risky for any of your teammates to come up, and that's where a lot of the issues happen around any sort of level, even like diamond and lower. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and let me know if there's anything in particular you're looking for, and let me know if you'd like me to do a replay of anything you've done. Feel free to send it my way. Thanks.